Hello everyone, and welcome to Enshrouded. So, I have had about 160, 170 odd hours in this game, and so I decided that, might as well make a video for the things that I have learned so far for new players, whoever is going to be starting fresh, or somebody who is relatively new, I would say like less than 50 hours or so in the game and still trying to get into the phase, and they are having a little bit of issue or still trying to figure out what are the best practices or the things that we should be looking at in Enshrouded. So let's get into it. First of all, let's start with our skills. I personally feel it is really important when you start your game. Once you start to get like a couple of points in, always go for double jump first. This is one of the most important skill that you can obtain in the game, because it will help you climb certain locations which are going to be difficult for you otherwise. For example, like if you're in a sticky situation, like for example, if I have to jump from here to on top of that, I have this is my range, right? But let's say if I have to jump from here to on top of that, now it gives me a little bit of more wiggle room. So that can help you in a lot of situations when you're fighting with somebody. Even if you don't have spots like this, jumping on top of hills like this, it gives you a little bit of wiggle room to get on top of locations where you normally can't. So like this, you see, like this only helps if this is only accomplished if you can unlock your double jump, and you can unlock your double jump fairly early in the game. Like I think on your first day you will be able to unlock that. So that is one of the most essential skills that personally I believe. Second thing that I would recommend is, like, whenever you are choosing which direction to go for, because you will keep on getting these skill points throughout your game. So ideally focus on the build that you're going to be building on. For example, like if you're going for the ranger, assassin, trickster, survivor, or whatever it is, first explore all of the end game things that you can actually achieve, like for example slash death or desert stomach or multi shots, beasting, and things like this. Look at all of the options that you have first, so that you know what you are targeting, and then stick to it. For example, like for me, I wanted to go build a ranger build. So initially I went with the double jump first because that is the priority. After that, I focused from here straight to get this ranger tree done. But I went from here because it was really important for me at the beginning that I unlock the lumberjack and endurance and things like this, because I wanted to build basic things like a basic house. When you are going to be starting, you will be starting over here in Cinderworld. So you will have like a starter location where every single person that I know builds their first base, or at least they start their base building in that region. So the region that we are talking about at the moment is one second, we'll go over there, this one. So most of the people that I know, they always build their first base over here. This is the most ideal starter location for a base because it's a lot of flat land. There's a lot of wood over here. Shroud is nearby. There are a few things nearby as well. So it's a really decent starter location. So having said that, Next thing that we are going to be looking at is the type of a build that we are going to be building. So, of course, it's your personal choice, whatever kind of build you want to go for. Personally, the way I see it, you have a few choices, right? Let's see our backpack. So we have a melee weapon, we have wands, we have bow and arrow, and then we have staff. So these are the type of weapons that you can get. In melee weapons, you have axes, double-handed axe, double-handed swords, single-handed swords. Like this one is a two-handed great sword. You have single-handed swords as well. So there are a lot of options that you can use. For me personally, how I play, I personally try to use wands for enemies when I am trying to dodge or mid-range. And I try to mix this with bow and arrow. But my preferred weapon has always been bow and arrow. The reason being, it's long range. I can actually stand at anywhere and I can just shoot. And I can kill enemies without any hesitation. Like, I'll give you an example. Let's go to certain location. Perhaps we can go from here. So for sake of argument, let's say like now we are standing over here. This is a very long distance for a wand to be used. Like when I'm standing halfway in the direction, it's gone. But when you use bow and arrow, I can literally shoot from here. And I can target like how far it is. And then I can shoot. So this is a really safe thing. And you can find yourself in a lot of different situations where you would need, like for example, killing bosses, which we will discuss in later on in the video, and maybe some you can say like POIs where you have like a lot of enemies and you can actually find yourself in a very nice position. For example, let's head over to, where is it? I think it's this one. Yep. Alright, so let's say like for example we are over here. It's a really nice location because I can literally shoot multiple enemies from here and clear off this whole region we have it becomes really easy when you have a ranged weapon. We will probably use these bombs because this is easier. It does more damage to this as well. ENshrouded. And then we can shoot from here. Any level of enemy. And everything is clear. And the best part is your bow and arrow has almost like unlimited range. Like I can literally shoot at any distance as long as you can see the enemy. You can shoot it. And then I always like to complement my bow and arrow with a melee weapon. Just in case I'm in a position where I need to protect myself straight away. So this is my recommendation for weapons. Like you always pick a ranged weapon, preferably a bow and arrow. A lot of people have complained about what do you call that? The wand. Sorry. The staff. The reason being, okay, so the reason why I personally don't like wands is because number one, it takes a charge. So like right now, if you see, it's charging and then you can shoot it. So you see it charge and then shoot. So it takes some time for it to charge and shoot. It's like about 1 to 2 seconds. So it's not instant. But the other thing is it does more damage than your bow and arrow. But another fault for the staff is you don't really get the right location always. So it's like a little bit of hit and miss kind of thing. But it does do more damage than your bow and arrow. Another thing about the staff is like it uses a lot of mana, whereas bow and arrow uses less mana. So that is something that you would have to consider as well. Personally, I prefer bow and arrow and either a melee weapon or a wand. I use wand when I am in a close contact with an enemy and I need to something like dodge. So for example, I will show you. There are some creatures, something like maybe the spider, the big spider in the game. You will see them in a few locations once you reach a certain stage. If it's not this, there are a couple of enemies as well, which ideally you would want to stay away from, or you can't use your... I mean, ideally you won't be using your melee weapon because probably you don't have that build. So, for example... let's reach that location. Where is it? Was it here? think so. There we go. Okay, so over here we have ourselves a spider that we were talking about. So I like to avoid the spider over here. Where is he? There we go. So we can do, see? I like to use my wand in this situation, because I'll be rolling around and then I'll be using this. Oops. Well, that wasn't good. But at least we got an idea, right? We will still kill it. And I'm not gonna edit that because it's my fault. I was trying to be too close to the spider. And I don't need to be too close to the spider. But I think we got the idea of what I was trying to do. And something like this, we will also come across another enemy, which is sort of like a dark knight, sort of. And that guy, where is he? Where is it? Is it dead? Did we kill it? Alright, so while we're here, I'll show you what I meant by killing the enemy, killing the bosses. As well, because we have a boss over here. I personally think that it is ideal that we find, I mean, you can kill any boss with you can cheese any boss. So I'll show you what I mean by that. So this one boss over here. Ooh, 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 ooh. So that was bad. Shit. So where's the cricket? Alright, so now we can, from here, we can actually literally kill everybody. No problem. Where is the other guy? Where is the big guy? Oh, oh. This location is not easy because it is an end game location, sort of, but ooh, dude, chillax. Where is it? Okay, so from here we can kill him easily. You have no power here. Okay, so he's dead. Next thing that I wanted to show you, the big boss, like the proper big boss. So over here we have a Cyclops who is sort of a big boss. So we need to find... Come on. Oh, I forgot to build the base over there. Okay, so what I mean by base, not like a literal base. I forgot to build the base structure. Okay, let's regain a little bit of stamina. Always remember to drink your water. Okay, so what we will do is we are gonna dig a little bit of a staircase over here. So with every boss, there is always a spot that you can reach, which is gonna give you a little bit of protection, and you can cheese the boss. With this boss as well, this is a Cyclops. He has this thing where he shoots sort of like a laser from his eyes. And we'll try to avoid that. We'll build ourselves a higher location from where we can just simply shoot at him and he will be helpless. Let's see, I think this is the one. Okay, can we see him from here? Where is he? There we go. So from here, he will be helpless. And now we can just unload every single thing on him. And he is helpless. There is another spot that we can go to. Which is somewhere over there. We have 2 minutes left. But he's almost dead. He can't touch us over here. And every boss has a little bit of weakness. We can exploit that. Come on. Just a wee bit more. With some bosses you will have a little bit of time, like a lot of time. With some bosses you have no time at all. With this boss we have limited time because we have we will get hypothermia. Come on. Come forward. There we go. So now he should be dead. Finish. Done. He's dead. And next we can use this. We have fallen, but all the enemies are dead. Now we can just go and claim our reward. Alright, now coming back to our weapons, let's look at some of the things that we that are important for us. For example, number 1, let's look at the wands, because it is easier to explain using the wands, because I have like, I'm using 1, 2, 3 different wands at the moment. So if you see, this helix wand is giving me shroud damage. So it is giving me 20% shroud damage. So when I'm using a wand which is giving shroud damage, it will not affect, or it will be ineffective when using enemies which are inside the shroud, because they are immune to shroud damage. So there is no point in using this wand inside the shroud. So in that case I use luminous wand, which is fire damage, which is much more effective inside the shroud. But outside the shroud, this one is much more powerful because it affects enemies which are outside the shroud much more effectively. Same goes with ice and shock. You have to see the kind of an enemy you are fighting against, and that is the kind of a weapon that you should be choosing when you are trying to go into a situation where there is like a lot of enemies, or different kinds of enemies, or the bosses. So this is something that you should definitely look into. Another thing, wood, some of the material are so essential in this game. For example, stone, you would need stone a lot. Wood, it's really important. Rest of the stuff you need for specific reasons. For example, you can have granite, it will just give you better kind of armor, better kind of weapons and stuff, better kind of building materials and whatnot. But we are talking about essential stuff. You need stone to make any kind of building blocks. You need wood to make charcoal, tar, every single thing. Like when we come over here, most of the things, like at the beginning, maybe you will have a smelter, or maybe you will build something else. If you see, iron needs charcoal, bronze needs charcoal, copper needs charcoal, tin needs charcoal, wood acid, glass needs charcoal. So all of this charcoal, you need to make charcoal using a charcoal kiln, and it requires wood. So it could be any kind of wood and dirt. So wood and dirt becomes one of the most essential items in the game for you when you are building anything. And then second thing will be like, if you want to go for the bricks, then you can also use lump of clay, but then again you're using wood. So gathering a lot of wood is one of the most essential things. And the reason why I said stone is because when you go over to your workbench, you will see almost every single building block requires some sort of wood, stone, wood or stone. So over here, all wood, granite and shell, lump, and then these are the basic ones. So castle wall, fancy stone, weathered stone, refined stone block, regular stone block. So all of this, most of them, they require stone. So that is why stone and wood becomes one of the most essential things, and a lot of these building blocks you would not open until mid game or end game. So that is why, like early game, you would have only unlocked some of the things which you can make using normal stones, and that would be your building block. So that is why stone and wood are one of the most essential things. Another thing that I wanted to mention is marking down some of the essential, you can say, materials which you are finding. For example, amber is rare. So it is always highly advisable, like if you see amber, if you see certain materials, you mark them on your map. Like for example, for me, I have marked some materials over here. Like there's a custom marker for materials over here. I'll probably have some materials over here, some materials over there. So looking at the region, I can always tell that, you know, like why have I marked something. Like for example, this mark over here is for adhesive glue or something like this. Adhesive shroud, I think. This one, where is it? Shroud adhesive. So you get that from one of the creatures which is like dangling looking thing, and this marker is for that. I know these markers over here are for granite and coal. Coal over here, I think, somewhere over here, and granite and iron, or yeah, iron, I think, or copper, something like that. So in highlands mostly you will find like granite and stuff, and then we have some materials over here as well. And then this is for the blue the blue colored vulcan, the shroud vulcan. You need the claws for the enshrouded vulture talons, sorry. So these are marked over there because these are essential things that you need. For amber, we have a couple of locations over here. One is over here and one is over here. So these are the two locations for amber. And then we have some other materials over here, some gems over here. So marking those things and marking your chest, like gold chest over here. I have some gold chests on this side and some other locations. It helps you figure out your map and organize your map, like whenever you need something, how you can do it and what would be the best route for you to take couple of things at the same time, you know. So that's one thing. Another thing, it is highly advisable, even if you don't have like a huge base, even if you don't upgrade your altar to like level 3, 4 or 5 straight away, strengthening your flame is one of the most essential things that you can do to improve your odds in the game. Because until you strengthen your flame, you cannot go into certain regions of the shroud, that is. So if you can see over here, like this is a red shroud for me. So if I go over there, I'll die instantly. So it takes maybe a couple of seconds and I'm dead. Over here, there's a red shroud. I can't unlock this red shroud region until I strengthen my flame. Because strengthening my flame gives me access to a lot of different regions. it improves my, like if you see over here, once I level up my flame to level 8, I will increase my frost protection, I will increase my capacity for altars as well. My water source capacity will increase from 30 to 40. Shroud passage level will increase from 7 to 8. This is what I was talking about. Like right now, I can only go to the shroud passages which are level 7 and below. And the regions which were red are level 8 or above. So that is what I need to unlock. And then character attribute bonuses will increase as well. And then the time in Shroud that I can spend will increase as well. So that is the next thing that we need to do. All right. So as I mentioned, we can actually right now, according to our flame strength, we can build up to 10 altars. And if I see over here in my map, it shows I have 9 active altars out of 10. So we use our altars to build bases, or we can use these to fast travel. Because you see, you have 2 ways to fast travel. Number 1 is using the ancient spires, but there's a distance from here to here. So in between, for example, like if I want to reach over here, there is no altar which is nearby which will be central for this. So if I jump from here, and if I want to jump from here to over here, I will probably end up somewhere over here, because the, what do you call that, my glider doesn't have the strength to take me from here all the way over here. And sometimes these regions are at a higher ground. So from here, maybe I would reach somewhere over here or over here. But then if I have to reach over here, the best thing is to build altars which you can use later on for fast travel. So it is always handy to have at least one free altar with you, so that, for example, like if you like for example, like I've done all of this region already, but in case I had not done this region, and this is one of the boss fights over here. Now if I put an altar over here, right, because over here at the moment I don't have any base nearby. If I have to travel from here to over here, it will take me easily 10-15 minutes, and sometimes terrain doesn't help you as well. But if I have to fly from here to over here, it would not be possible straight away. So I have to fly from here to probably somewhere over here or over here. Then I'm flying from here to over there, and then it's a little bit of hassle. Even from here, I can't do that. So I build a base over here, and it is at a high ground, and I can literally see this location from here. I'll show you. So this is the base that I was talking about. So we are over here right now. And then this is the location that we want to go, which I can see from here. Right? So it makes it easy for me to fly directly from here over there. Like I can simply just fly easily. Because it is at a higher ground, it's much more easier for me to fly from here all the way over there, or at least like really nearby to another strategic location over there. But I can most probably fly straight into that region. But it also depends on your glider. So sometimes people, when you are at a very early stage of the game, you probably don't have the strength in your glider to take you all the way over there. But for me, my glider can take me all the way over here. So I've reached this location. See? So this is one of the reasons why we build altars in strategic locations to help us. Also remember, like if you delete your altar, you lose every single thing inside that that base. So like right now, so in my okay, so in this location I put an altar, but like I haven't put anything of my own. This it is how I got this POI. So this POI already had this location, and it already had these pumpkins and whatnot. But let's say I put something over here. Maybe I build another staircase, or I build another house over here, for example. And then if I delete this altar, I deactivate this altar, this POI will disappear. The house will remain, but anything that I have built over here will be gone. Also, every single thing that I use, I mean the stones that I used to build the altar, will be lost as well. So the reason why I'm saying this is sometimes like you don't have stones on you, and you are in a situation where you want to move your altar, let's say like from here to just around the corner over there, because of some reason, any reason. Keep in mind that you should have enough stones on you, which is very little, very basic. I think to craft you only need 5 stones. But there have been situations with me where I'm in a location where you can't find stones, and you need normal stones for it, like this one. You can't use like granite, you can't use like limestone or anything. You need normal stone. So I was stuck in a situation where I was on top of the mountain and I needed to put an altar, and I couldn't because there was no stone over there. And a lot of times when you're stuck in that situation, I mean, like, let's say like if I'm over here and I need to put an altar over here and there is no stone nearby, the nearest location I can go is probably somewhere over here. So I'm going over here, and then I'm using the fast travel over here, and maybe I can reach this location or not. I don't know, because it would be high up in the mountains, so it would take me like another 15-20 minutes to jump all of these like mountains and then climb up there, let's say, if I want to build a base over there. So that is why it is always important to make sure that, you know, like, okay, if I want to delete this and I want to put a base over there, and if I can't find any stone over here, I don't delete it straight away. I go to another location first, gather some stones, and then come back, then delete it, and then go over there. Because it would be much, much easier for me to go from here to there than from somewhere, let's say like that spot, then I'm flying somewhere over there, then from there, somewhere over there. So it takes like a lot of time. So it is always encouraged to have some stone on you. Next, some of the most important things that you can straight away you need to work on is getting yourself a hook and a glider, even the basic one. So that is the first thing that you need to do, because without that you will be stuck forever. Also, it is important while we are over here to make magic chests. That will save you so much of hassle, trust me. All right, so we have covered a few things. We have covered the importance of glider, the hook, the magic chest. We have talked about the weapons. Potions and bandages are really important. There's nothing much to tell about that. We can always cheese the bosses. We've talked about that. Ammo. As soon as you can make eternal ammo, make them. That saves you so much of crafting. Because trust me, if you're using bow and arrows, you will abuse these ammos a lot. Even if you're using the wand, you will abuse these ammos a lot. So if you can make eternal ammo, make them as soon as you can. Even though, like, for example, like, probably this ammo will not do as much damage as probably like an iron or something like a gold arrow, but this will still be unlimited. So you don't have to worry that, you know, like, you will run out of ammo at any given point. So what I do is I use these ammos for like smaller enemy, and then I use like poison arrows or like better arrows for bigger enemies who have more health and I need to kill them fast. All right, next, looking at the bases. So everybody has their own preferences. Some people want to build their bases from scratch. Like, for example, this location, this is a POI. So there will be sometimes, or most of the times, we will get a location where we have to go to collect some stuff for the mission. So this is one of them. So this is one of those locations where I needed to come. See, so now I have unlocked the recipe. So this was a POI where I needed to do a mission. Now I can convert this into a base or not. It's my choice. It's a pre-built house which has almost everything you need for basic. Like, it has, I can put some storage over here, remove all of this, put a storage over here. I can put my workbench somewhere over here, do like a basic crafting over here. And then we have a room upstairs as well. We can like, we have we can do some kitchen stuff over here, like a very basic things. We have some more space over here that we can use. And then over here at the back we have if we go up, we have a bedroom over here as well. So this is a bedroom in the attic, and we can use this as well. So it's a very, very basic POI, and in the game you will find like really good POIs as well, like the one that I am using as my main base right now at the moment. So this was a pre-built POI which we needed to come over here to do some mission, but it has a lot of space over here. We had a pre-built hut over here. We just put a little bit of structure over here. We rebuilt this location. This was another there was another hut kind of thing, like an open farm hut kind of thing, and we destroyed it and we rebuilt this for our, like a bedroom, like a hostel bedroom for all of our people to stay in. And then we redid this location as well. And now we have goats over here. We put some cleaned up this area as well. We put some roofing, and we fixed this up, but most of this structure already existed. We put a lot of trees over here. There were not many trees over here before. But the thing was, like, we had like 1, 2, 3 buildings already built over here. Actually 4 buildings. There's one over here which we are going to be working on later on as well. This one, so we will work on this as well. But at the same time, we had a lot of farming area over here. So we have like 4 farms over here which we can actually use and fix up. At the moment I can only use this one and this one, but later on I can use that one and that one if once I increase my altar level. So then I will have 4 more farms over here. So it's a pre-built location which I can do a lot without doing a lot, so to say. So it's basically like the structure is already there and I don't have to put a lot of effort. I just have to fix it up, kind of thing, you know. So you can do that, or you can actually, like for example, like I'm building something from scratch over here. Over here, I think. No. Over here. So we are building a castle over here. So it's still work in progress. We are gonna build it slowly. But then the reason why we are building over here is because it's a lot of empty space. It's a really nice POI because I can travel to multiple locations. The view is amazing. And because we have like a staircase going over here, so we can put some farms over here to make it look nice. So yeah, I mean, this is one of the reasons. So you can choose how you want to play the game. If you want to build a base from scratch, or if you want to use a POI that is already pre-built. One thing you should note is that if you're going to use a pre-built POI, every single thing that you are going to disrupt, for example, like you take something from the chest, now it is not going to respawn as long as it is inside your base. Every single hole that you dig, if I dig a hole over here, that hole will not disappear as long as my altar is inside my base range. Every single tree that I cut will not reappear as long as it is inside my base region. So for me to grow plants or to grow trees over here, I need to plant them myself. If I dig a hole over here, if I want to fill it, I have to use a rake and then fill it myself. So that is something that you should always consider, because if you build a base over here and you destroy this, it will not reappear until you destroy your altar, wait for a while, go somewhere else, come back or reload your game, and then this thing will become normal again. So never put an altar in a place which you want to like abuse a lot. Like for example, there are some locations with golden chests at high level. Like for me, these chests always give like level 40, level 45 items. And at the moment, because I am at low level, I think I'm about 30 something, I'm 34. So getting items which are level 40, level 45 is always useful, because even if I don't use them, I get more salvageable coins from them than from something which is like level 7. It's only giving me 36. But if I like salvage this one, it is giving me 184. So I need these coins, which would be the runes, to level up the items that I actually need. You know, so that is why it is important to not build anything in the location which you need repetitively. So in case, for example, like this base, it has corn growing in. So 2 of the fields in this location are under my base, and 2 of the fields are not. So any corn from this region forward doesn't grow anymore. But from this region onwards, I get corn. So if I need corn from this, either I grow myself, then I can just destroy all of this and then I can start growing. Or if I have not unlocked the recipe and I still need these cones, then ideally I should place an altar somewhere that it is not going to overlap this region. So that is something that you should always think about before building a base. All right, so I think I've covered most of the basic stuff. When it comes to armor and stuff, to be honest, like a lot of people have their own style of play. They prefer a certain way. Even though armor matters a lot, you have to choose the way you play. For me personally, I'm not really concerned with armor at the moment because I'm growing my level at the moment. So whatever is the highest level I get, I just put that on, unless it is for specific reason. Like the reason why I have put this one, this chest piece and this pants is to get +2 frost resistance, because otherwise I get very little time in ice areas in Albanese region. So this is Albanese region over here, and when I go to the mountains it's all snow, and having this this chest piece and these trousers give me about 4 extra minutes in the frost before I get hypothermia. So that is why it is important for me. And if I can build another like gloves and boots with frost, I would do that. But other than that, they don't serve much purpose to me, because I'm using range weapons mostly. But once you reach a certain stage and you have a style of play where you are interacting with enemy a lot, then ideally you would want to build something which suits your play style. I've seen people, a lot of people, they have a melee build and they have like a lot of HP, a lot of regeneration, and a lot of critical damage on their melee. And that I feel is really, really good build for them, because they are going for a melee build, right? So, but for me, because I try and cheese everybody, I try and find like a high spot, maybe like somewhere on top of the buildings, and from there I just shoot. So for me, the best thing is to have like anything which is going to increase my bow and arrow range and bow and arrow damage. And one of the things I think that I should mention, that is one of the skills that helps me a lot is Eagle Eye as well, because it increases the zoom of the bows. So that is really, really good, because I can see further and I can kill enemies which are further away, and that helps a lot as well. So yeah, I mean, these are all the tips and tricks that I feel that we should know. Also, like for me, I personally think like if you can unlock as much region as you can, even if you don't do any missions on those region, but if you can open up the map as much as possible, it's good. One last tip before I forget: when you're starting off, it's really, really important to unlock the spires. Like for me, I forgot to unlock this spire, which is the first couple of spires that you need to open. Like first one was the Springland. After that, I think that you should have unlocked Low Meadows as well, which is a very early game region, but I didn't do that. I only did that now, and because of that, some of the quests were stuck, and I didn't unlock certain things. But after doing this, I unlocked those things. So it's ideal that, you know, like move around, open up the map as quickly as possible, and try to get as many spires as you can as quickly as possible, because that is going to help you unlock regions that is going to help you unlock a lot of activities as well. So yeah, and it will help you fast travel. So yeah, that would be it for the video. Thank you so much, guys. If you have any questions, I do live stream almost every day as well. And if you have any questions for me, please leave in the comments below. If you have some advice for the people who are playing this game or who are just entering the game, and there is something that you can teach and something that I have missed, or if you feel that what I've said, you feel like I've bullshitted and you have other opinions, please do share. I mean, I'm just sharing my own experience, like what I've learned. If you have different experiences, if you have your own preferred build, your own different style of playing, please do let me know in the comments below. And maybe I will redo the video once I have reached another stage, or if I feel like I want to share some more things as well. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys, and have a good day. Ciao, ciao.